All right, there we go. What's good, chat? How are we? How are we? Let me make sure we have everything up. Chat. All right, we're good to go. What's good, Taylor? How are you? Yo, what's good, Kai? What's good, Patel? How to? All right, let's get it going. How's everyone doing? All right. What I'm thinking we're reaching for next is probably this daily gap fill. And then we're probably gonna want to see how this opening range move is to see if we want to push past these overnight highs, and continue, or yesterday's high, and we kind of hold this area to then push higher. We do have this gap as well that we previously rejected from. If we can get a good closure over here, I think it'll be pretty clear for what we want to see. That daily gap fill, plus probably want to see 140s. All right, make sure you guys like the stream too. Appreciate y'all. How's everyone's weekend? All right, for the people who just joined up, like I said, I think we get this opening range move. If we can kind of hold this area, maybe we get a retracement to 10 a.m. and then we could look for higher prices if this wants to continue. Low keep and chill. W, bro. There's not much else to say. Keeping it low key. That's what I think we want to do. So we'll have to see how we look. Damn, this open once again. It's just open and pump. I take this high on ES as well. Kind of figured Monday price action was going to move like that and just didn't even want to pay attention. Yeah, I didn't even watch, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't home, but I also just didn't plan on it. There's a new Lucid promo right now. It's if you buy a pro account, you get a free reset as well. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna post on the Discord, but I just peeped it. Yeah, 1 free Lucid Pro reset when you buy any 3 Lucid Pro accounts with the code. That's fire. don't know if you guys can hear my washing machine in the background. Looks like ES wants to take this high. Damn, I really expected a move lower off this continuation. That was looking to take a short into yesterday's lows. Yesterday's overnight lows to be specific. Off this 15-minute gap, I want to see us. I mean, you could even see that we had to move back down, and we just failed to fall through, which was interesting. And then we just had a complete reversal. All right, let's see if we tap back in this 5-minute gap. Yeah, New York price has been so trash recently. All right, let's see if we tap back in this 5-minute gap. Doesn't look like we want to. We're already looking kind of choppy, I can't lie. All right, let's see if we get a retrace. Damn, Chad, this is a choppy open already so far. Come on, Roblox right now. I'm dead. Bro. This is probably gonna reach for this high with no entry. It's gonna be so annoying. Dude, his volume bounce a little bit higher too. I wish we tapped that 5 minute gap and made like a clean retracement. This is just like not even rebalancing price, just chop and then just pump to the draw. We'll see how ES reacts to this high. Looks like we're getting that hourly confirmation depending on how we react to this ES high. Yeah, it's such a big reversal. This London reversal wasn't supported by much either. We didn't really sweep any significant area, which is kind of odd. We did put in these APM highs, lows, overnight lows that we swept in London, and then it's just super weird move up. Not sure if it's me, but my price on tops of X and Lucid accounts do not match. Probably because of contract rollover. There's a contract rollover, guys. Good morning, indices straight gassing up open. Yup. Kind of unfortunate. No real entry, but it is what it is. I want to see how we react to this ES high and see if we can get a move either back down or a continuation, which I'm favoring more upside, I think. I don't know. Kind of just ruined that. Like with this overnight move. Or early AM, I should say. Even my NQ shows like 20 points because I'm on NQ1 right now. It's if you go to NQM or NQ, you go to NQM, which is June. This is what you should be trading on. This should be the price. But NQ, I believe it just switches over automatically. Hope you've been well, Dylan. I just wish we pulled in this 5-minute gap. At least it could be an easy day, easy morning into this draw, but this is just not it. ES pulling back a little more. What time is it? We have 10 minutes till 10 a.m. open as well. Yeah, no interest for me the day before FMC. Might not even take a trade. Yeah, I'm trying to just call it pretty early. Not really looking to put on too much risk. But I do think his draw is pretty clear. We also have PPI tomorrow as well. Unemployment claims on Thursday, and that's pretty much it. Well, see, this 5-minute candle is going to flip. We have no wick on ES here either. Because if we take this draw on ES and we have a strong reaction out of here, we can look to short into this 930 low. And then we obviously have overnight lows in play, and we can look to play into the discount of this range that we just created overnight. Which would make sense, right? For price to come clear up some liquidity. But we shall see. All right, we got 6 minutes at 10 a.m. open. We do have a 15-minute gap opening up through this high as well, which could be an area that we want to rebalance back into before possibly going higher. So this could be an entry long if we want to get it before taking this draw, especially on ES here. Obviously, since ES is leading, could be a point of interest that we'd like. Well, that's it. It's really not giving too much for right now. We gotta be patient. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's what I'm on top. So bag only shows a continuous contract, still not mirroring yours, but it's all good. I mean, honestly, just trade off the structure, right? The price might be different, but the structure will look whatever. It might just be top spec just showing the old prices. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't think you're actually stuck trading the old contracts. I think they roll over automatically, but the prices might not be updated. Maybe I'm not sure. Kind of weird. All right, let's see here. We got 4 minutes. I think we're gonna cook up a short here pretty soon. I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks like price is kind of exhausted. Um, I just want to see if ES can take this high first. If not, we're gonna look to long into that high. If we can clear out this 15-minute gap. We have all these smooth lows down here as well. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. 1 minute. Here we are, 10 a.m. open. All right, we did get that inversion that we were talking about before, which is good. We got this close over, so we want to look for a continuation, like I said, in this 15-minute gap. If we don't, I don't think it's high probability to take an inversion like this. Right, we want to see a deeper retrace into an area of taking liquidity. ES was leading before now, and Q is stronger. Also stacking some highs. Price is so shit again. Oh my god, bro. Make New York good again. These opens have been so whack. You have FEG on both 5-15 minutes, doesn't matter which time frame you use to get a retracement before entry. Preferably the 15-minute gaps are better. They're always going to act as stronger magnets. But again, we don't really know where the draw is. It kind of just depends on how we react to this gap. If we want to fade this gap, then we're probably going to come into, you know, much lower prices, probably towards 930 low, and then probably into discount of this range. But ideally, I wanted to see ES sweep at the minimum. The only thing is that we did sweep on YM, I believe. Yeah, we ran these highs earlier. Let's see, we're digging this 15-minute gap. Possible SMT to be made as well. If we get an inversion here, this is a very, very good long out of this 15-minute gap. I think that's what I'm going to be favoriting. Probably an invalidation above the CE and then target something like this. We also did just create a gap through here as well. I think that's the only long scenario I'm really paying attention to right now. But yeah, we want to see this 15-minute gap, obviously over this 5-minute gap, right? This little 5-minute gap is good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we do have it, the SMT in that gap with ES, but this 15-minute rebalance is going to obviously act stronger than a 5-minute gap, right? Higher time frame is always going to be stronger. Mm-mm-mm. If we get the close over, I'm taking this. All right, if we get the closure, I'm jabbing this. Still did not get the close over on NQ, which is not good. Plus, we still have these lows down here, which we could respect this gap and then come back lower. Let's see. Yes, sir. Just such a shit market open once again, bro. This market for New York has just been horrible. Um, Still no close over. Mm, Not doing much in this 15-minute gap. Alright, this 15-minute flips is gonna look bearish as fuck. Oh. How's this hourly looking? Looks like we're putting in a possible wick. Um, it's just we gotta get a reaction mirror and we're not. Price looks like it wants to see this 930 low on ES. If we put in a 5-minute gap, I need to see this 5-minute gap flip upside. If we are gonna take, I mean, now we're gonna be putting in some kind of BPR area, which we could use to target 50% of this range. Was not a bad idea, which I was mentioning before. We do have this internal low down here past this 930 area, but that might be a little too deep. Anybody take any overnight trades? Anybody catch longs on that reversal? Or we did have a good short move as well. Just a continuation, didn't really continue. We have a 15-minute gap once we tap into this low. All right, there we go. Good reaction off this 930 low area that we're getting from sweeping on ES. We tap in this lower 15-minute gap. We're still holding this upper 15-minute gap, getting a good reaction. We do have some SMT. We could see a flip possibly back up. I mean, we could put in a 5-minute gap. If we get a 5-minute inversion upside, that would give us full confirmation. But ideally, we don't put in the biggest 5-minute gap and we get confirmation on a lower time frame. Like if we come and validate this gap that we initially respected, this is a good long entry as well. I think this might be what I favor back to upside. Something like this. I like that a lot, to be honest. I think this might be our take. Plus NQ is leading. We didn't sweep this low on NQ, which obviously we're the stronger asset, so we technically don't have to. Which is why we'd be long on NQ instead of ES. We just want to get a closure through here. And that'll be our jab. I think that's what we're favoring. All right, we still didn't get the closure here on ES. We have to wait for ES, especially being the weaker asset, to come and validate its bearish PD array. Right, so we're not in just yet. Let me just upload this to Discord. All right, we see ES come back up here, right, off this 930 low sweep. Still have this draw higher. I think this looks pretty good. Just want to see how ES can close. If we can get a closure over, I'm going to be in this. And then obviously NQ to close over this gap here as well. And we didn't really put in any kind of significant 5-minute gap as well. That BPR that we're talking about possibly to happen did not happen. Structure still holding bullish. All right, I think I'm going to try longs here, guys. If we can just get a good push, which we're not. I thought that was going to be it, and it is not. Come on, ES, give us the closure. Still no close. Damn, that looked really good for longs. We just need ES confirmation. If we do come and validate this 1 minute gap, we probably are going to seek lower into this 930 low. But if this holds as SMT, this looks good, but it's just not getting exactly what we need to see to press the button. All right, you know what? I'm gonna give this a stab. If we can just even get a close back above, not even above the gap. NQ looks really strong. I'm gonna try this. Stop at the low. I'm in. We're gonna get a close over on this 5 minute gap as well. Probably been tougher, bro. It's been a rough like New York set. Last week has been pretty good for me at least. Last week specifically, but the past like 2 weeks before that were just really rough. Just New York session I saw yesterday was just completely chopped and like it's just been not easy. and a lot has to do with overnight price, with the way we've been kind of moving. You know, a lot of the moves have been happening in the overnight, and then New York is just getting like either premium continuations or where price is just super choppy. And like, although structure's still good, it just has deep retracements. It's choppy, it's slow. Like the draw is pretty clear in my opinion with that those highs up there 145, but it just, you know, price is just not cooperating at all. And then you have a slight divergence where ES is weaker now, like it was stronger before, then they flip back and forth. You get confirmation, and then, you know, you're long in the top of the move. It just, that's just kind of how it's been for me. Um, it's not been easy. Damn, ES is just holding NQ back right now. All right. At a bearish bias because the 4-hour SMT and small 4-hour IVG, but SMT hasn't really been hitting on the higher time frame recently. It's just that it takes, especially when there's a lot of divergence in the market, it's gonna take longer to play out, right? In comparison to something like this. Like although we sweep a higher low on the higher time frame and you know you see some weakness, it needs more time to actually follow through. Like that's a big misconception, especially on lower time frame, right? I'm only confirming this SMT once we start to violate bearish PD rays, which technically we still have not invalidated this gap. So in my opinion, yes, this SMT is giving an initial reaction, but it's not violating any bearish PD arrays to get that follow through, right? That's the way I kind of look at it. Because right, it's like any form of liquidity, right? We sweep an area of liquidity here at 930, right? We get initial reaction. Do we get any fall through, right? If it's chop, 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 then that area of liquidity clearly wasn't significant enough to really put a dent for what we want to see, right? There's got to be more to it. I explained in my SMT video. That's kind of how I approach it and how I use it. All right, ES is starting to pick up. If we get this closure, hopefully they start to correlate a little bit better and we start to get that follow through back up. But this is getting pretty slow. ES is starting to clean up a little bit, which is good. It's just like you long the stronger asset, right? And then the weaker one becomes a stronger one. Like it just flips. It's so odd. I'm telling you, this market is one of a kind right now. Yo, what's good, SL? How are you, bro? Another shit New York Open, bro. Could you guys guess it or what? But these market moves are terrible, bro. Every day it's the same shit. It's actually unreal. It's getting to a point where it's like if I didn't have Discord or, I wasn't trying to grow my socials, I deadass wouldn't come until like, I mean, normally when I start the trading year, I don't trade until like end of February, right? But obviously when you run a Discord or you're trying to grow your socials, you can't just go ghost for 3, 4 months, right? Because usually December I take off, uh, January, February. But this market has just carried through all the way to mid March, which is crazy. Hopefully, we can come and validate this gap, and then I do think we're going to start to see the push higher. And then if we could flip this 5-minute gap. But what are you going to do? You got to just show up every day, follow the plan, follow your system. You got to adapt a little bit. Right? Or just stay hands off and just, if you're going to put on risk, just accept it, minimize it as much as you can. Understand, it's not your market, right? These are not my conditions that I perform the best. So I'm not, again, I'm not copy trading mass accounts, doing crazy shit. I'm taking it slow in this kind of season, just kind of surviving, right? And then when the time starts to pick up, then I can start to press the gas, right? Then put on more leverage, per account, more accounts to buy, right? It's the last 2, 3 days when the New York Top Asians better moves. Yeah. Yep. I agree. All right, we got this closure over here on ES, which is good. Want to see some follow through now. Hopefully we can get this closure here on this 5-minute, get a good close over this, especially on ES gap as well. Then start to see some movement. With what confluences? Yeah, I don't really see much long at 035. It's just a little bit too soon for me. But I do think the draw is still higher. I mean, I think we're pretty correct, especially we have some stacked highs up here. I do think we get this push. It's just that's a little too early for me. This is just slow, bro. This is just chop chop. Bro, I did not mean to do that. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know, chat. This is just not it. TGR went short. I mean, look, it's been chopping around. We're still respecting this gap on ES. This could come back for this 930 low on NQ. I don't hate it. You know, it's just that honestly, I favor the draw higher. Um, it's just price is just not cooperating. But we'll see. We're just gonna respect it, let it go. I wouldn't call it inside day because we took this 930 low on BS. I mean, for the AM session, I do think we'll still deliver either side. I mean, we did take overnight highs, so it's technically not inside day. That doesn't mean inside day. I do not know, bro. Honestly, this market's cooked. I mean, it's also day before FOMC, but I would only say this if it was a day like this today. It's been like this for who knows how long. Mm-mm-mm. We gotta get through this 5 minute gap on ES. If we get a closure back above, it's gonna look good again. But this is just chop, chop, and slow. There's really no reaction. All we can do is is just sit here and just let this thing chop in between the lines. Imagine we just see like a 200-point candle. What's the VIX trading at right now? 22. It's not even that bad. Volatility is pretty good. Just price delivery is horrible. All right, we're coming back up here, which is good. Hopefully get some follow through finally. We're about to get close over this OB area, hopefully, as well. Or we just closed it just below it. But this looks, I mean, higher time frame structure, it's back and forth, but like there's really nothing holding this back. Um, just this 15-minute gap on ES, but if we could just start to get this push finally, this should be good. Come on. Chat, I'm literally falling asleep watching this. This is actually insane work. I can't lie. That's why I literally turn off face cam because I'm literally falling asleep. Like, I've been in this trade for how long? 20 minutes. 15 minutes, whatever. And it feels like an hour. I'm rocking with 3 regular XFAs. 2 can never try the consistent ones before, so let's see how this goes. That's good. I was in on one yesterday for like 5+ hours. Damn. I mean, that's fine if you're holding for like a bigger move, but damn, we're talking about like 80 points here. Like we're not moving. And the best part is it starts moving one direction, then it fades, right? We'll start getting movement down, right back up. Then they start flipping in terms of strength. Haram market move. I think we're looking to go break even, probably around 98 on the swing high is what I'm really, or even ES to cross over 800. So I'm gonna look to go break even on. Because if we put in these gaps and we're respecting this, there's no reason to really come back here towards our entry. We just need to see a push off of this. Yeah, she was late for 100. Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, I forgot today. Yesterday was super, super bad. And then we have TP1 up here. Jeez, Chad, this is just making me fall asleep, bro. Damn, I just realized we crossed 100 subs. Let's go. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. I mean, his 15-minute looks good. He's holding the bottom of this gap. SMT at lows, like it looks good. It's just not. It's just super, super slow. I want to see, hopefully on this next 15-minute candle, we can get this push and then validate this gap, get close over. Hourly wick, like we were talking about, we put in that hourly wick. Want to see his candle flip. We also have a good volume balance here that we could draw to as well, on top of that swing high. That's why I have a sit stand desk. That's a very good investment, I can't lie. If this flips back down, I don't even know what to say. Actual rage bait. That's it. How do you like that? Like, do you stand mostly, or do you sit most of the day and then stand like a portion? Like how do you operate with that? Because I'm sure you get tired at some point. I've heard people use like mini treadmills too. So like half the day, that's good. That's hella good. Your standing desk is what I'm rocking. I might have to get one then when I get back to Jersey. Might have to cop. Bro, they got some Lucid promo. I don't know if you guys saw. It's a if you buy like a Lucid Pro account up to like 3, you get a free reset or something like that. It just posted. I didn't get a chance to make an announcement, but standing and then I'll move the desk lower later and then move it back up when I feel kind of tired. That's good. Avoid sitting when tired. Yeah, of course. My motor raised desk just broke though. Yeah, they are pretty cheap. I know about that. Even doing a DIY standing desk with your own motor and stuff like that is not hard to do. Yeah, DIY. Come on, chat. Pump this shit already. Hold on, I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. All right, I'm back. I think since we had a good move down into this gap, I think we could go break even a little bit early. I mean, how many points is this? 30 points ish. I just want to see one at least this ES high get met up here. Come on, gang. Shit has been in a range. Mm-mm-mm. Bro, I'm gonna need like a cigarette after this fucking price action, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna write that in Discord. I'm gonna need a cigarette after. Like no bullshit, bro. Like this is like crazy. Like this is the type of price action that makes people like an alcoholic or like I don't even know what to say. A nicotine addict. Like this price action is what makes your wife divorce you. Like the fuck is going on, bro? I can move the market myself at this point with how slow it's moving. I can go outside like the Wall Street Exchange, bro, and it'll probably pump like 10 points. Oh my god. or go back to sleep, in my opinion. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this has got to be some kind of sick joke, bro. Like, mm, mm, mm. It's worse in Asia, P8. Bro, this shit is just horrible. Come on, just give it like a 30-point pump out of the gap. I think that's what it's waiting to do. I really don't know. Stacking highs for what? Like, if this flips back down, like I was saying, this area, we probably come back for this 930 low, but this is just, it's just not doing anything. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. All right, chat. This is not looking too good now. I don't know. Let's see. This 1 minute gap can hold down here. I'm not sure, but this looks like this wants to flip back down, and there's really nothing we could do. This is just so not doing anything. I just don't know. I'm like falling asleep watching this shit. We could flip back up, right? This price is in a range. It doesn't have to come take this low, but I just don't like we're not really seeing any kind of real displacement back up. Which just could be continuation for lower, but again, we gotta just respect the stop and just let it do its thing. There's really not much we could do. Hopefully, he just wants to not take that low. Oh, that's fantastic. What the fuck is that? I'm also gonna hop off live. To be honest with you, I'm just getting exhausted watching this. I'm not closing trade until stop gets hit or the BE point gets met. And then obviously TPs beyond that. Really, nothing you can do. Just respect the risk you put on, and that's really all you could do. Um, not closing until obviously stop gets met. But I'm gonna hop off here, kind of just chill, let this thing do its thing on its own. I'm not gonna keep watching it. And if you guys are in the Discord, then I'll keep you guys posted, of course. But I will catch you guys in tomorrow's stream.